Hello students, today we are going to study class 7 biology. Please turn to page number 51 of your textbook. And today we are going to deal with chapter number 3, that is kingdom classification. So basically, as we know that kingdom is divided into, is comprises of basically two kingdoms. First one, plant kingdom, the second one is the animal kingdom. So today we are going to deal with the animal kingdoms. Animals are those organisms which are eukaryotic, multicellular and heterotrophic in their mode of nutrition. That means animals basically depend upon others for their nutrition, for their food. So here the word eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means the organism that have well-defined nucleus. Okay? Multicellular organisms made up of more than one cell. Heterotrophs. It means the organism that is incapable of making their own food and they depend upon others for their food. Animal cell do not have cell wall. As we know that in plant cell, the plant cell have the cell membrane and the outermost membrane is the cell wall. But in animals, they have only one outer membrane, that is cell membrane. They don't have the cell walls. Except a few, most animals are mobile. That means animals move from one place to another. They don't remain at a one place. Depending on the difference, we can broadly classify animals as invertebrates and vertebrates. So basically we can divide animals into two categories, that is invertebrates and vertebrates. The invertebrates do not have backbones. On the other hand, vertebrates including man have backbone. So what is the major difference between invertebrates and vertebrates? The major difference is invertebrates do not have the backbones. Okay, while the vertebrates, they have the backbone. So organism, simply you have to keep in whenever the word invertebrates or vertebrates come, the first thing that should click in your mind is invertebrates means no vertebrae. That means no backbone, and vertebrate means having backbone. Now classification of invertebrates. Now we are going to deal with the classification of the invertebrates. So as we know that invertebrates do not have the backbones. They do not have backbones. Okay, their body is very soft, delicate. Why? Okay, what you just touch your back. Okay, you can feel one of the bone just running down from your neck to your back portion. That is the backbone. So the organism that don't have the backbones, how their body is supposed to be? It is going to be very, very soft, delicate. No skeleton is there. And they are divided into different phyla. Okay, they had been further divided into different phyla. So today we are going to deal with first phylum, that is phylum Porifera. Okay, so at the word Porifera means porous. Okay, pori and it means porous. Porous means pore, hole. Okay, ferae, to bear. So Porifera means organism that bears hole. Okay, their whole body is covered with the holes. Sessile, it means stalkless. They don't have the stalk. Okay, stalk means something supporting kind of thing. Okay, so that very stalk elongated portion is not present in these very organisms. Sedentary, attached to the substratum. Okay, they grow on just developing on the different substratum. Marine, it means they are just formed in a salty kind of water resources, except one group that lives in the fresh water. So all the animals of this category are basically marine. That means they are found in salty waters, except one that is found in the fresh water. Okay, you understanding marine? That where the concentration of salt is higher. Fresh means here it's a normal natural water. The concentration of salt won't be high. these are non-motile animals attached to some solid support. So these organisms are not mobile, they remain fixed at their one position, they do not move from one place to another, and they just take some solid support so that they can just remain at one place only, and they are commonly known as the sponges. Okay, and this kind of organism that remain at a one place attached to the substratum, that is known as sponges. Now point number 2, asymmetrical or radial symmetry. Okay, radial symmetry, asymmetrical, it means they don't precisely show any particular shapes, or radially symmetrical means they will be elongated. And sponges may be vase-like, rounded, sac-like, or branched. They can be in the shape of vase. Okay, you have seen the flower vase now? The shape of the vase, it's just have the same shape. Okay, rounded, it means it will be somewhat rounded. Sac-like, sac-like means whole porous kind of. Branched, it means one's main body will be running out and several differentiation will be coming out from the main body. Point number 3, body is perforated with numerous pores. It means its body, it comprises of different numerous pores. A lot of pores are there, lot of holes are there. Okay, it also have one or more large sized outlets for water called oscula. So its body is filled with the holes, and these holes, what they are for, because whenever an organism is having some specialized feature, you should keep in this mind that very modification or that very specialized feature is there in that organism to perform certain important function. So that's why in the same way this phylum Porifera organisms have holes for the outlet of water, and that outlet is known as oscula and the singular is osculum. The canal system is filter feeding system of, just turn the pages of your textbook, come to another page, page number 52, of sponges. It helps in circulating water throughout the body to bring food, oxygen and water. What's happening? They are forming a canal system in their body and they are just circulating food, oxygen and water throughout the body organisms. Okay, and they help in a very smooth functioning of the body. They are very, very important for providing each part of that very organism with food, oxygen and water. Mouth, digestive cavity and anus absent. These very organs are not found in the organisms. Phylum Porifera include Cycon, Leucosolania, Euplectella, Spongula. So the name of the organism that comprises phylum is Cycon, okay, Leucosolania, Euplectella, Spongula. Okay, so today students, I'm just going to teach you this much only, but your homework is whatever portion that I have underlined, you have to learn it and you have to learn all these 4 names with correct pronunciation. Okay, so you have to do write all the important so homework for today will be to write the important points in your copy, and secondly to learn the important points, thirdly learn the name of all these 4 organisms. That's it for today. Thank you.